The prisoner was supposed to be euthanized. The anesthetic was just injected when his veins suddenly bulged violently. He died in agony. This clearly violated the principle of euthanasia. The police launched an investigation. Immediately they found the anesthetic had been swapped. Even stranger, there was a message left on the anesthesia bottle: "You cannot fight against fate." This made the prosecutor fall into deep thought. He clearly remembered 10 years ago, the prisoner's accomplice Frank had said the exact same words in court. Soon the police narrowed their suspicion to Frank. Frank was watching the news at that moment. When he learned his former scapegoat had died, he couldn't help but burst into laughter. However, a phone call soon interrupted his joy. An unfamiliar voice spoke on the other end. Frank thought it was just a normal call, until the voice coldly ordered him to look outside. The police were closing in. If he wanted to escape, he had to follow the instructions. Frank hastily threw on his fur coat. Following the mysterious man's directions, he went to the rooftop, then was told to head to an abandoned factory. A police car was parked there. The officer inside was already unconscious. Frank grabbed the officer's gun and barked orders to start the car. Terrified, the officer complied immediately. The car sped away, quickly shaking off the pursuing police cars, and arrived in the suburbs. Frank dragged the officer to the roadside. Just as he was about to eliminate the witness, the phone rang again. It was the mysterious caller. "My guardian angel, you know why I'll never see my wife again." The officer before him was actually the mastermind. He removed his wig, revealing his true face. He was the homeowner from Frank's break-in 10 years ago. Back then Frank had tied the man up and killed his wife in front of him. To make matters worse, the court didn't sentence Frank to death, giving him only 3 years in prison. Since the law failed to punish the devil, this man decided to deliver justice himself. He strapped Frank to a metal frame and injected him with tetrodotoxin, paralyzing his body but keeping his nerves sensitive to ensure Frank felt every second of the pain. He also injected adrenaline. A mirror on the ceiling reflected Frank's twisted face. Surrounding him were photos of the man's deceased wife and daughter. He wanted them to witness this punishment. By the time the police finally arrived, Frank had already met his maker. Even seasoned detectives couldn't suppress their nausea at the horrific scene. Records showed the house was registered under the man's name. Hundreds of police cars were deployed, even a military helicopter. Yet the man showed no fear facing the SWAT team. He took off his clothes. He raised his hands and offered no resistance, letting the police break in, handcuff him and take him away. But did he really surrender? No, his revenge had only just begun.